Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Hello, hello, hello. Censor this. Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Thank you all for joining me on today. I know today is a work day. We're in the middle of the work day at this particular time, but I definitely wanted to come to you all just to talk about streams of revenue, right? So you saw this was entitled "Streams That Support Your Dreams." We are definitely talking about streams of income. Um, so hopefully you all will be able to draw from this presentation today. I do have a post in the group if you are interested in also being a part of my Facebook group where there is the free ebook. The ebook is free now, and capturing it before it gets to be a paid item. Please find my post in the group so that my VA can connect you with our group and get you connected to that particular ebook that we have circulating right now. Like I said, it is a free ebook, so you'll be able to capture that until it's a paid item. But for those of you that don't know me, I know a lot of people in this group, don't necessarily know everyone. My name is Annette J. Morris. I am the owner of Goal Getter LLC. It's a vision of Goal Getter LLC to help women. Mainly we work with women. Our target population is women, but for some strange reason, as much as we say we target women, we love working with women, we still have men that come to us as well, which is great. But our goal is to help women to identify their gift, their divine gifts, and convert that gift into a 5 to 7 figure income generating business. Why? Because as a mother, as a wife, I understand the complexities of our lives, especially as entrepreneurs. So helping us to be able to identify streams of revenue that's attached to our passion so that we're not all over the place, in generating enough revenue to support our lives and our legacies. So whatever that may look like for you, supporting you in such a way that you don't feel like you have to start 10,000 businesses in order to be able to sustain for you and your family, and allows you the opportunity to generate enough revenue to leave a legacy, whatever that also looks like for you. So again, I am the owner of Go Getter LLC. By trade, I am a therapist. Been a therapist for 15 years, got my master's degree from Xavier University in mental health counseling. And I transitioned out of that field 10 years ago when I became a full time entrepreneur because I wanted to focus more on mental wellness than I did mental illness. Therefore, I went on to get a certification in life coaching, and have been in this entrepreneurship space full time for 10 years, helping women to transition again, either from full time employment into full time entrepreneurship, or starting their entrepreneurship ventures on a part time basis, whatever is comfortable for them. I've been able to do that over the last 10 years as a business, life, and mindset coach. So I'm here today, again, that's enough of me, to teach you all some of the things that I share and teach my clients on a consistent basis, especially my coaching clients. The reason why I speak on streams of income, again, I just share with you mainly because I work with women. Most of the time, women, we're not necessarily the heads of the household, but we make a lot of the decisions, make a lot of the money moves, even when our husbands are bringing home the money. And if anybody's husband is like mine, he's just like, hey, take care of the bills. You don't have any idea who the mortgage company is, anything, right? So technically, we're still making the money moves. And I know how multiple streams of income can help to support our families. It can support us in whatever our dreams may be, right? The life of our dreams, whatever that may look like to you, right? So whether the life of your dream involves traveling often, it involves investing, it involves hiring a cleaning company to clean your house while you do the work, whatever that looks like, right? Hiring a chef, becoming an investor, going to school, being a student, whatever that looks like for you, and supporting your legacy as well is what I talked about earlier. So whatever legacy looks like for you. So if you're looking to leave your children investments or houses or property or whatever it is, I do know that the income that you can generate via the various streams of income can help to support whatever that looks like for you and your family. and additional revenue, again, it just makes it all happen. Again, they say money can't buy you happiness, which that's true, but it definitely can provide you a comfortable life, right? And whatever makes you comfortable. Again, my comfortable life may look different from someone else's. For my mental health, I absolutely love to travel, right? Other people can't envision themselves on a plane. They don't like to travel. They don't like to move around. So that our lives wouldn't be the same, right? The life that we're creating wouldn't be the same, but it's whatever works for you. The different streams of income can support that and help you to accomplish whatever that actually looks like. While I encourage multiple streams of income, I do not encourage multiple businesses, right? And as you heard me say from the very beginning, that I am a therapist innately, right? Even though I don't practice in the space of therapy anymore, I'm always on the mental wellness of my clients. I strongly discourage multiple businesses just because, from my personal experience, when I started out as an entrepreneur, a lot of times when we start out in this entrepreneurship space, because we're transitioning from a setting where we were employees and we had consistent paydays. And when you transition full time in entrepreneurship, you really don't know when you're going to get paid, right? It's a day by day process. A lot of that makes us uncomfortable, not knowing when we're going to get paid. So we do a lot of things in the name of the hustle, right? We hustle technically just to make sure that we're going to have money coming in on a consistent basis so we can pay bills and take care of the kids and all of these things. But from personal experience, when I started out in an entrepreneurship space, I had 3 businesses, right? And in my mind said, okay, I know how to do this well. I know how to cook well, right? So I had a catering business, I had this coaching business, and I had a nonprofit organization, and all 3 were generating revenue pretty well. But one of the things that I realized is that I was compromising not only my physical health, but my mental health, because I was all over the place in doing something in this area and something in this business and something in this business. And I got to hustle and do something here. And which means when I'm hustling and doing something here, something is going undone here. And if I'm hustling and doing something here, something is going undone here, right? Which means that I'm not giving 100% to either of the businesses, right? So I'm giving part of myself here, part of myself, and you can't give 100. You're only one person. You can't give 103 in 4 different capacities, right? If that business is fully on automation, maybe. If not, in most instances, people that I see that have multiple businesses is not fully on automation. They're actually running themselves rugged. I'm looking at it. Like, I've had clients to come to me and they'll have 2 or 3 different businesses. And when I'm looking at them via Zoom, I'm like, you look exhausted. I'm drained. Yeah, because you're doing too many different things, right? So I always tell my clients, it's never a need to deviate from your gift, just diversify it, right? And when you diversify, that simply means that you are adding another stream of revenue based on something that you're completely compassionate about, right? So my goal in my business for 2022 is to we have multiple streams of revenue in the business already. My goal is to assure that at least 70% of my revenue is coming in from automation, not requiring me physically, but it's coming in through some type of automated streams, right? So I'll use, for example, we have a membership initiative that we're getting ready to fully launch in about a month. The membership initiative is called the Mind Initiative, right? It's a spinoff because, again, I'm a therapist, so I love the mind. I love working with the mind. But MIND is an acronym for moving in new directions, right? So that group is solely to help female entrepreneurs that have multiple roles, right? So roles like you're a mom, you're a wife, you're an entrepreneur, you're caring for parents, you're caring for siblings, whatever it is, right? What I realized about these women, me included at one time, this is how I was able to recognize it, because even as a therapist, I was almost at the point of a mental breakdown because I was doing too many things. I care for an elderly mom, I have my small children, I'm a wife, business owner, all the things, right? And so I started recognizing that it wasn't just me. I recognized it because I'm a therapist. So I put myself on pause and started implementing consistent self-care. But I've started seeing women like get burnout, right? Just literally burn out. And when I've talked to them, when they come to me, it's after they've experienced the burnout. And I'm like, they're like, I didn't recognize the signs. I didn't even realize what was going on with me. So when I share, like, I started recognizing it, they're asking me like, how? Because I didn't recognize it. And this is how it happened. And the more that I talk to female entrepreneurs that are multifaceted, the more that I'm realizing they don't realize when they're at the point of burnout. You'll just keep going and keep going and keep giving of yourself till it gets to that point, right? So I want to avoid the burnout phase, so that we can continue to be effective in all the things that we do, right? And so the Mind Initiative is specifically for those women. That is a membership group, right? That's going to be on automation. I also have Go Get a University, right? Go Get a University is a platform that is strictly courses for entrepreneurs, either aspiring entrepreneurs or existing entrepreneurs, right? For aspiring entrepreneurs, it's going to teach them all the steps on how to get the business started, how to secure your EIN number, secure the business checking account, all of the good things. And for those that are already existing entrepreneurs that want to elevate in their entrepreneurship venture, we have the 10K and 30 signature program that actually teaches how to generate 10K consistently every month so that you can cross over into the six-figure zone, which ultimately will be $120,000 annually, and how to diversify, again, identifying streams and implementing the streams of revenue into your business. So if you decide you want to cross over into seven figures, you can, right? So those are going to be the courses for existing entrepreneurs that are ready to elevate in their business. So Go Get a University is going to be fully on automation, business development, business scaling, all of that. It's going to be courses, all courses for existing and aspiring entrepreneurs. The Mind Initiative is also going to be on automation, but that is specifically for female entrepreneurs that have multiple roles, right? So what I'm saying is, in order to accumulate wealth, because a lot of us want to get wealthy, right? Being wealthy does not require you to work harder, right? Because you can work harder and then what? Experience burnout, and which is what I'm trying to help female entrepreneurs to avoid burnout, right? So this is going to require a lot less hustle and a lot less skill mindset, right? Transitioning your mindset, automating a lot of your business so that you can move from the hustle into being able to enjoy the flexibility of entrepreneurship. Many of us have gotten into this entrepreneurship space because we say we like the freedom and we like the flexibility of it, right? And in fact, we're not even enjoying the freedom and flexibility of it because we're so busy hustling. Hey, Nikki, we're so busy hustling that we don't even have time to enjoy the freedom and flexibility that is coming along with entrepreneurship, right? So we forget literally why we got into this space, right? And I have a son that's getting ready to graduate high school. He's a junior, high school junior. It's some things that I want to teach him in preparing him to go off to college and to be independent and whatever else he needs in life. And I need to be able to reduce my workload and all of the things that I'm doing in order to be able to impart that into him over the next 2 years. So this is why my goal is to phase 70% of my business onto automation and I personally only want to do coaching, right? That's all I want to do. All of the other things are going to be on automation or someone on the team. It's being delegated to people on the team, right? So multiple streams of income it's mandatory in order for you to be able to maintain in life, right? We can't go down to one stream of income and expect to not continue living paycheck to paycheck and expect to not be stressed in life, right? It's just hard. I've even seen multiple families that have a husband and wife, right? It's not just a single mother household and they're struggling with two incomes, right? So multiple streams of income is almost mandatory just to survive at this point, right? But definitely you need more than two streams of income to get to the level of wealth that many of us are looking forward to, right? So I'm going to talk about two different streams of income that I just recently worked with one of my clients on to help him to cross over into seven figures. One is going to be a low ticket stream of revenue, and one is going to be a high ticket item. The low ticket stream of revenue will not require you as a person to do anything, right? It's going to be on full automation. It excites me because many days that I wake up in the middle of the night, I may wake up to go to the bathroom, drink water, whatever it is, and I'll look at my phone to see what time it is, and I have notifications of, PayPal notifications that someone has made purchases, which is great, right? It means I was making money in my sleep and wasn't doing a thing but sleeping, so I almost got paid to sleep, right? So I know that that is something that a lot of, especially entrepreneurs, will love to see, being able to wake up in the middle of the night or early in the morning and see that you've made money, right? Someone has purchased some of your products or services in the middle of the night while you're sleeping, you're making money and you weren't even doing a bit of work working for it, right? Which is very different from being an employee because, again, if you don't work, you don't generate any money as an employee. As an entrepreneur is very different. It's very different as an entrepreneur simply because you're creating the business, you're creating the services and products, which ultimately means you're creating the revenue for yourself and for your business and for whatever else the business is supporting, right? So one low ticket item we'll talk about, and then another high ticket item we're going to discuss as well, which is going to require you, but it's easier when you're making five figures from each transaction. That requires you, right? Because again, that's more money for your time. So I'll start with the low ticket item. Low ticket item that I want to talk about is ebooks, right? A lot of people are probably getting on board with the fact that ebooks are a great way to generate revenue, and it's very effortless, right? So it doesn't require a whole lot of you. Um, and it generates money over and over on an automated basis, right? So I'll use an example. Today, I was talking to one of my coaching clients this morning. I have one of my coaching clients is on every Tuesday morning for 10 a.m. And we're creating her courses, but started out with the ebooks, right? So just to start getting her some revenue coming in before she finishes the courses, I did recommend her starting to sell the ebook, right? Because it's very informative. The platform that hey Aurelia, the information that she's going to be disseminating through the courses is very informative. It's great, right? So I told her, like, even with your stream of income, each stream can have different streams of income, right? And to make that make sense before I get back to her, because one of my clients called me one time when I said that on a live, and he was like, "How do your streams of revenue have streams, right?" And I explained it to him. So at one time, we provided grant writing as a service with my business, right? So we did the grant writing, but grant writing had different layers to it, right? So it has different streams. So at grant writing, you can either hire us to provide that as a service for you. Well, we actually did the grant writing, right? You can also, which is another stream of income, hire us to do grant research for you, right? And grant research requires that we take time out to sit down and find potential funders for your organization, for your business, whatever it is, right? So most of the people that we did grant writing services for were nonprofit directors, right? So we had the grant research as a service, right? Where we find potential funders, give you the whole list, how to contact them, how to submit the grant, whatever the scenario may be, right? And then we also had a grant writing course. So under grant writing was three different streams of revenue for that particular service, right? For us to provide it as a service for you, where we actually did the grant writing, a grant writing course where we taught you how to do grant writing, and grant research right in the middle, right? For us to look for potential funders for you, because most people don't know where to find foundations or funders for different nonprofit organizations or for their missions or whatever it is that they're doing, right? So we provided it. We had, again, three different streams of income that were attached to. We had three streams of income for that particular service, right? For the grant writing service. So back to the ebooks, right? Told her to start selling the ebook right now as a way to start generating revenue into her particular business, right? So had she created the content, didn't do much, right? Because it doesn't require that you do a whole lot, right? Creating an ebook is as simple as getting a Word document, right? Putting all the information in a Word document, Word format, right? Getting a graphic designer. Graphic designers are not hard to find. You can go to Fiverr and find one very inexpensive. Or if you already have a VA that has that particular skill set, they can do that for you, right? So having that designed, she was able to utilize my VA, right? And our VAs are across seas. They're overseas, so their administrative hours are very inexpensive. It's $4 an hour. So typically, it took my VA 2 hours to doll the ebook up, right? So she sent it to her in a Word format. My VA was able to create a really nice cover for it, format it as she wanted it, make the pages look really, really pretty. It took her about 2 hours. So she spent $8 on having my VA to make the ebook look good and converting it to a PDF format. From then, she transitioned it over to a link where she's going to sell it from that particular link, correct? Which means she literally invested a few hours of her time mind dumping because she had to transition of whatever the information was that she's going to be teaching on from her brain onto a document. So she typed it up on a Word document, everything that she wanted them to know about this particular subject matter, and then transition it over to my VA to have it really beautified, right? Having the document made pretty. So her investment was few hours of her time, maybe at max about 6 hours, and then $8 to have the document made to look pretty. And from there, she sells it, right? So whether or not she decides to put it on an ad and utilize ads to sell it, or she can start off by selling it to the people that she's already connected to, right? So if she does make the decision to say, hey, I don't want to run an ad right away, I just want to generate some revenue from it. If she sells that ebook to 10 people a day at $10, she's making $100 a day, right? Off of an $8 investment. So again, she only invested a few hours of her time and $8 to the VA to make the ebook beautiful, right? From there, everything else that she's making is pretty much profit, right? Again, if she sells 10 a day, that's $100 a day at $10, $700 a week, right? $700 a week time 4 is $2,800 a month based on an $8 investment. That is a great return on investment, right? Ebooks. You can't get in the mindset of saying, okay, well, I don't want to do an ebook because I don't want to teach everybody what I'm doing and they'll be copying everything that I'm doing. Technically, because there's nothing new under the sun, you copied whatever you're doing from somebody as well. So don't look at it like that. Because again, if you don't provide the information, somebody else will. Somebody else is going to be willing to put it in an ebook. Somebody's going to sell it. Somebody's going to do it. If they're determined to learn whatever the skill set is, they're going to learn it whether you provide it in an ebook format or not. So you might as well seize that opportunity, especially if you're already engaging with an audience. They've warmed up to you. They're interested in what you have to sell or promote or whatever it is. Utilize the platform, right? So ebooks are a low ticket item that will allow you to generate massive amount of dollars. And with very little effort, outside of the fact that you are giving them the knowledge and skills that you have already accumulated and that you are in possession of. Aside from that, because again, you have to earn that some kind of way. I'm sure that there was a lot of time investment, whatever it was, in whatever you learned before you to articulate it, put it in an ebook and sell it is costing you almost nothing, right? Now, it may not be as cheap of an investment, especially if you have to hire someone from Fiverr. A lot of times, those individuals from Fiverr, they're going to be more than $8. So let me just let you know that they are more than an $8 investment, but they're very inexpensive. So let's just say you're probably going to invest at least about $100, but definitely it shouldn't exceed $100 if you're only having them to design an ebook for you, right? So ebook would be the low ticket item that you can easily add as a stream of revenue to your business. You just have to figure out what it is that you want to put in an ebook, right? So if you are a caterer and you somebody that deal with food, maybe you can do an ebook on how to start your own catering business, especially if you have a successful catering business and a decent size following. When I say decent, I'm not talking about 10,000 followers on Instagram. I'm talking about at least about 1,000 people, right? If you have 1,000 people, then you're good. Start warming up that particular audience. You're probably going to have at least about 100 people in that particular audience that are interested in doing catering, right? Or know somebody that's interested in doing catering. If you did an ebook on how to start a successful catering business, I'm sure that you'll have some people that's going to support that and buy that, right? If you have a favorite recipe that everybody loves, I don't know what that would look like, but whatever it is, if you have a favorite recipe that everybody loves and decide to put that in the ebook on how to prepare that meal, right? So one page would be like every ingredient that they need to prepare it, right? And then the next few pages will teach them step by step of what is necessary for preparing it. The ebook is not anything that has to be 100 pages in length. A lot of times you can purchase ebooks and they may be 5 or 6 pages, right? So don't overthink the process. It's a very easy process, a very easy way for you to transition that what you know into dollars. So ebooks are low ticket item that can convert to major dollars for you in a very rapid and quick way, if you allow it to, right? So ebooks is the low ticket item that I want to discuss, and then the other stream of revenue that I want to discuss on today would be adding a coaching program to your business, right? If you coaching does not require certification, it's a lot of coaches out there that ain't certified. I got the certification just because I wanted to have the certification, right? Is it necessary? Is it required? It is not. They have a lot of coaches that are not certified. That does not mean they don't have the paperwork to say that they're certified, but they're qualified to teach you how to develop further in your business or whatever your passion is, whatever that is, right? So don't be discouraged because you don't have a certification. That does not mean you cannot teach or help people to elevate in whatever that lane is, right? Especially if it's something that you're very good at. You don't need the certification to qualify you to do that, right? Just do it. I'm going to use, for example, again, I have a client that is a real estate investor. And he called me about 2 years ago and asked, he wants to start helping other people, helping people. And he was trying to figure out how can he do that. He's very, very skilled in real estate investing. And I was like, why not offer a coaching program teaching others how to invest in real estate? Other people would love to learn how to invest in real estate, right? So he has strategists that can teach you how to invest in real estate that you don't have absolutely any money down. He has strategists that can teach you how to use other people's money, flipping strategies, multi-unit strategy. He does it all, right? He was personally doing it all, still is. And I was like, well, why not offer coaching services to people that want to learn how to do the exact same thing? Excuse me, y'all. And so we mapped out how long would it take for an individual to learn flipping, right? So that's one of the skills that he has in flipping real estate. So we mapped it out, and he was like, well, I can teach somebody how to flip real estate in 6 months. I was like, bam, there's the 6-month flipping real estate program. We just have to give it a different name, but that's the premise of it, right? You'll be teaching them how to flip real estate in a matter of 6 months. So as we were mapping out that particular coaching program, I ended up getting another client that is a pharmacist, right? And she hates pharmacy and she is ready to transition out of pharmacy. And one of the things that she had a couple of things that she wanted to do. So I helped her on one end to develop this other business that she wanted to do. And her second choice was to start real estate investing, right? So she'll have that on this side. Her fiance would manage the real estate investment portfolio while she does this other coaching program that she desires to do, right? So while I'm helping her over here, I connected her with my client that is a real estate investor that we were developing his coaching program. He was a little fearful at first of even charging or whatever, right? Because he was like, I've never been a coach. I'm not, qualified to be a coach. I don't have a certification. I was like, it doesn't matter because you have the skill set, the knowledge, everything that they need to succeed in real estate investing, right? So naturally he was intimidated because, again, like I just told you all, you do not need a certification. A lot of people are thinking I need a certification to be successful in it, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So that was his beliefs as well. Got him over that hurdle, connected him with her right away. His coaching program, 6 months, $10,000, right? So even he was scared to charge the price. I don't know if I want to charge that price or whatever. I was like, we've already established it. You know, everything that they're going to gain from the coaching program. Be confident in your value that you are disseminating, right? That you're going to be teaching the clients. Know that they're going to generate way more from that based on what you're teaching them, right? He signed her up. She paid the $10,000 payment in 1 day, right? Just right then and there, as soon as he signed her up. In a 6-month time frame, she secured 2 investment properties, right? In that 6-month time frame, she made that money over back and some, right? Again, he's teaching flipping. So when she flips the first property, she made her profit off her, right? The second property was literally lanyard, right? Am I telling you to do real estate investing? No, I'm not. I'm telling you a coaching program, right? Because he made $10,000 instantly off of her, right? So if he wanted to create that as a $100,000 stream of revenue in his business, he could get 10 clients in that particular program and be done with it, right? He would just have to make sure he is targeting the right audience, those individuals that can afford to pay $10,000 for coaching, right? So this is not the low-end coaching population. This is a whole different population that he would be targeting in order for them to be able to afford those particular services, right? So again, make sure when you're doing these services, whatever the pricing is, let your price be your price, whatever it is. If it's a $10,000, $20,000 price, whatever it is, you know the value and everything that you're going to pour into the program and what you're offering is going to be, right? Don't be afraid to charge your price, whatever that looks like. I just saw a lady with a mastermind coaching program last week, and the mastermind is $100,000. So, and I mean, she wasn't shameful. It was on her website, right? So again, she knows the value that she's bringing to the table, that she's going to be bringing to that group, and she is charging it. Be okay with whatever that looks like, right? And so it requires use of service a lot less people when you have high ticket items like that, because again, all he has to do is service 10 people to get to $100,000 with a $10,000 coaching program, right? He signed a lady up last week for the second tier of the coaching program, and she paid $30,000 instantly to him, right? So again, in that particular element, he only has to have three clients for 90,000, 4 clients for 120,000. So it really just depends on what you feel you have to offer and the value that you're putting in your coaching package, that you would determine your price. And again, it's not about you looking at other coaches trying to underbid them. No, because what's happening is that you're cheating yourself, because they understand their value. You have to understand your value and attach a price tag to it, right? So whatever it is, you determine what that looks like. So again, the high end option would be a coaching option, right? Teaching people the different strategies on how to do whatever it is that you do, right? And coaching them to the point where they're able to flow in what that is, right? So until they're able to, so if you say, let's just say whatever it is that you're offering, I'm gonna go back to the caterer. If you're coaching someone to start a very successful catering business, how long would that typically take you? Is it 6 months? Is it a year? You want the person to be able to be self-sustaining when they leave you, right? That they can flow on their own once they finish your coaching program. That's what we say in therapy. Like, your objective is to work your way out of a job, right? So you're working your way out of working with that person. So they should be self-sufficient and able to thrive in whatever that is that you're coaching them in. So you want to give it enough time for you to be able to do that. So 6 months may not work for you. You may say, well, this coaching program has to be 12 months in order for me to teach you the A, B to the Z of how to have a successful catering business, right? But you make sure you determine a timetable, and therefore you determine the price of whatever that actually looks like. Okay, so I've given you all 2 different options on today. Giving you a low ticket item option, which is ebooks. Hopefully you all will consider what you can put in an ebook and add it to your business if you're not already utilizing the ebook strategy. And definitely a high ticket item, which is a coaching program, which will require you to be active in that particular role, because you actually have to physically coach that particular individual, but be confident in your abilities to do so, especially if it's something that you're already doing and successful at doing, right? It's okay for you to be able to provide coaching without having to go back to school and taking certification courses and all of the things, right? If you're already qualified, you don't have to be certified. Okay, y'all. So hopefully this has helped you all to get your brain flowing and thinking of ways that you can implement different streams of revenue into your business. This has helped you to identify them. There is a strategy into implementing those streams of revenue. So if you need any assistance with not only identifying other streams of revenue, but implementing streams of revenue, again, there is a free ebook in my group. If you go to the comment that I posted in this particular group, I posted a post last Friday that ultimately invites you to my Facebook group. And there's the free ebook in the Facebook group. My VA has been communicating with you ladies that expressed interest since this morning. And if you are interested, again, join the group. You'll find a free ebook there. If you feel like you are in need of further services, more one-on-one coaching services, they can be accessed through my website, through my business website, which is Goal Getter Forever. GOAL Getter GETTER Forever, the whole word.com. Or my personal website, www.annettemorris.com. Also, if you just want to give me a call, 504-513-3076. If you just want to discuss something briefly, feel free to give me a call. Again, it's 504-513-3076. I hope that this has helped you all. And I will be back to you next week to talk about other things, other subject matters that I address typically with my paid clients to help them to elevate in their business, moving it from just an idea to a 5 to 7 figure income generating business that supports their lives and their legacies. All right, ladies, until next week, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I pray that all of you are blessed and doing wonderfully for the rest of the week. Y'all have